y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Kalisha, and today I'm gonna show you guys how I did this beautiful traditional side part with crimps. I did use 4 bundles of my raw Indonesian hair, and on the first 2 bundles I like to quadruple them just to make sure we can fit all 4. So basically you want to just fold the bundle in half twice. This is how it looked after I sewed the first bundle in. As you can see, it is very flat and still very seamless. Just because you're using 4 bundles does not mean that your install has to be bulky. I have a lot of videos showing you guys my stitch pattern and also how I flip the tracks. I do not cut any of the tracks until I get to the very last bundle. If you have not hit the like or subscribe button, please make sure to go ahead and do that. Once we hit our 1K subscriber goal, we will be doing a free giveaway of 3 of our raw Indian bundles. So all I'm doing here is continuing the same stitch pattern until I get to the very last track. I'm basically just sewing the tracks into a U or basically temple to temple, and then that very last track we're gonna sew as close as possible to the leave out. That way there's like no gap between the last track and where her leave out starts. So now we are on the last track. You want to make sure that you are sewing that track as close as possible to that leave out. So a trick I like to do is I like to just leave a little bit of extra net and make sure that I'm sewing this track onto the net and onto the braid. I hope that makes sense. But I also like to stitch this track. I like to make my stitches a little closer together because this is the anchor track, so you want to make sure that it is completely secure. And then her hair was a little bit damped, so I went ahead and blow dried it out. But honestly, anytime I'm heat styling hair, I just like to blow dry it out. Something in my head is just I feel like the outcome is always better, so it is definitely optional. So now we're on to this leave out. And you already know, when it comes to a leave out, I'm going to blend it. So the first thing I like to use is my wax stick, and then I use my Silk in a Mist, and then I love the Kenra's Heat Block Spray. And then I go in with that hot comb, and I'm using the back of the hot comb to smooth her roots and her edges out. And then we go on top with the flat iron just to get the rest of her hair completely straight. And I'm going to do this until all of her hair at the top is blended. So on to the baby hair. So as you guys know, I like to use a pencil flat iron and kind of curl the baby hairs before I actually swoop them into place. This just kind of helps me form the baby hairs. And then I don't use edge control, but I do use braiding gel and a little bit of holding spray to smooth her baby hairs into place. Honestly, baby hairs take time, you guys. This video is sped up, so if it takes you a little bit longer, that's okay, girl. Just make sure you get it right, okay? So something else I like to do is I like to use a black spray, and I just like to spray it around the leave out. That doesn't mean that, you know, her tracks are sewing. I just like to do it for all of my clients and all of my leave out sew-ins. I don't know, I just feel like it makes the hair look a lot fuller at the top. And then y'all, look how seamless that is. She did leave her whole perimeter out because she did want to be able to put her hair up. And then for the crimps, I did use this is an ion crimper, and then I did use a little bit of Kenra's holding spray. The trick to crimps is when you're crimping the hair, you don't want to pull down on the crimp, you kind of want to push it up. And that way you're going to make sure that the crimps that you did before are not being pulled down. I don't know, you guys. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so you just kind of want to take your time. I'm not gonna lie, crimps take a while, girl, and your hand is gonna hurt, but they're gonna come out so cute. Just take your time and do it right the first time so you don't have to go back and do it. So yeah, I'm gonna just let the video play, and we'll come back once we get to the top, and I will kind of walk you guys through how I blend her leave out with the extensions at the top. Now we are at the top. So the trick is you have to blend her leave out with her hair extensions, and then you don't want to start the crimp high up. You kind of want to start it a little bit further down, if that makes sense. And then say like if there's like a piece of her hair where the hair ends and it's sticking out, you can just take like a duck clip and then clip it together with the hair extensions and leave it there for about like 5 minutes, and it's definitely gonna blend. I'm not sure if that part got in the video, but yeah, that's kind of like how I do it. Because her extensions are so long, of course, you know, her hair wasn't as long as the extensions, so I had to go in the front and use a duck clip to kind of make it blend. Oh, you can see like right here, yep, I had to use a duck clip right there when I finished her hair, just to make sure everything blended, because you don't want small pieces like sticking out where it's obvious that's where the client's hair ends, you know. So make it neat, make it cute, and yeah, we are almost done, you guys, and then you guys will see the final look. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys have not done so, and if you guys need any hair extensions, wigs, or any hair care products, make sure to check out my site, Mane of Opulence, and you guys can use the code YouTube, and you guys can get $25 off of your first order. And this is the final look, you guys. It was so cute. My client traveled like I think almost 2 hours away to get her hair done, so I was so grateful and thankful for it. She was such a good time. We had such good conversation. But yes, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you guys have any videos or any tutorials that you guys want to see, make sure to drop that down in the comments. Thank you guys so much. Until next time.